There are certain footballers that transcend the beautiful game. These are the players who elevate football to another level, irreversibly changing what is possible within the sport. They become the benchmark by which all future players are judged. Diego Armando Maradona was an Argentine professional football player and manager. Widely regarded as one of the greatest players in the history of the sport, he was one of two joint winners of the FIFA Player of the 20th Century award. Maradona's vision, passing, ball control and dribbling skills were combined with his small stature, which gave him a low centre of gravity, allowing him to manoeuvre better than most other players. His presence and leadership on the field had a great effect on his team's overall performance, while he would often be singled out by the opposition. In addition to his creative abilities, he possessed an eye for goal and was known to be a free kick specialist. A precocious talent, Maradona was given the nickname El Pibe de Rojo, which translates to the Golden Boy, a name that stuck with him throughout his career. Despite his brilliance on the pitch, Maradona also had a troubled off-field life and was banned in both 1991 and 1994 for abusing drugs. Maradona made his professional debut at the age of 15 for Argentinos Juniors. The boy from Buenos Aires scored his first goal in the top flight of Argentine football only 25 days later, having just turned 16. Maradona would spend 5 years at Juniors from 1976 to 1981, during which time the teenage sensation would score 116 goals in 166 appearances. Following the sensational start to his club career, the 20-year-old secured a dream move to his boyhood club, Boca Juniors, scoring twice on his debut and finishing the season with 28 goals in just 40 appearances. During that single season at La Bombonera, Maradona secured his only domestic honour, winning the Argentine Primera División Metropolitano. Following this domestic success, world record transfers would take the Argentine to the old continent. First to stump up for the services of the Fantastista were the Catalan giants Barcelona, who paid Boca a then record fee of £5 million in 1982. 38 goals, hepatitis, a horrific, career-threatening injury following a challenge by Anthony Goytexa, a Copa del Rey winner's medal, and a mass brawl in front of the King of Spain with the highs and lows of 2 years spent in Catalonia. With his reputation tarnished and hushed rumours of off-pitch activity circulating, the Spanish side elected to offload the number 10. Provincial Serie A side Napoli secured the funds to pay a new world record fee of $6.9 million for Maradona's mercurial talents. This time, a symbiotic relationship formed almost immediately. The Neapolitan fans fell in love with their star player, and Maradona felt that love and repaid in kind. What followed was a love affair lasting 7 years. Maradona's reputation was built in a city filled with art and culture, but where evil and darkness is always in peripheral view. The Argentine captain took Napoli to the very pinnacle of Italian football and broke the hegemony of the northern powerhouses of Serie A. Maradona would lead Napoli to their first Serie A title in 1986-87, as well as the Coppa Italia in the same season. A first European trophy followed in 1989 with victory in the UEFA Cup, with a second Serie A title the season after. Maradona was Napoli's leading scorer in every season he played for them, as well as finishing Serie A leading scorer in 1987-88. Unfortunately, the darkness and malevolence in Naples could be found if you looked hard enough, and Maradona looked too hard. Maradona's impact on Napoli went beyond the silverware. He gave Neapolitans a sense of pride and respect. He took an average team and made them into a side feared and respected throughout Europe. After leaving the Italian club, Napoli made the ultimate gesture in respect of Maradona and retired their number 10 shirt. Following drug issue and numerous additional vices, Maradona's club career took in a brief spell at Sevilla before a spell at Newell's Old Boys. Finally, to complete the circle, Maradona retired with his first love, Boca Juniors. The 1986 World Cup can be best described as the tournament that was won almost single-handedly. In Mexico, Diego Maradona's performances went beyond what was deemed possible at the highest level. The Argentine captain dominated the tournament. His contribution of 5 goals and 5 assists out of Argentina's tournament total of 14 goals, highlighting his historic impact. Not content with winning the tournament, Maradona scored arguably the greatest ever goal in the infamous quarter-final against England. A mere 10.8 seconds, 44 strides and 12 touches is the physical description of that goal. Its beauty and artistic merits are beyond comprehension. The same game saw the hand of God contribute to Argentina's cause. Argentine fans are torn between which goal they prefer. Their talisman had robbed the English before their humiliating them with his second goal. Maradona was a man who played with passion and for the people. He excelled in leading average teams to extraordinary achievements. Maradona's international peak was reached and couldn't possibly be surpassed. He had made his international debut at 16 and led Argentina to the 1979 FIFA World Youth Championship. But on a personal level, his other major tournaments were somewhat tainted. A sending off against Brazil in 1982 saw his first World Cup end in disappointment. Another final appearance in 1990 proved to be a game too far for his injured body, while USA 94 ended in a positive drug test and disgraced expulsion. Throughout his 17-year international career with Argentina, Maradona had earned 91 caps, scoring 34 goals in the process, with his goal against England in the '86 World Cup quarter-final being voted Goal of the Century by FIFA.com voters in 2002. Obesity and health issues shadowed his retirement as his weight ballooned and his testimonial arrived. The Bombonera Stadium, home of Boca Juniors, was packed. 50,000 screaming fans had turned up to pay tribute to the man who once thrilled them with his unique footballing style. This was followed by a career in management, the Argentinian national team for 2 years, but that ended ingloriously when they could only make the last 8 of the 2010 World Cup finals in South Africa. Other low-profile jobs in the UAE, Belarus and Mexico followed. The cameras have been following Diego Maradona ever since. Maradona was a figure of fascination wherever he turned up in recent years, especially at the World Cup in Russia in 2018, where his erratic behaviour came an embarrassing sideshow for FIFA. Concerns about his health and mental state were being raised again. This was a career plagued by controversy, scandal and excess, yet remembered for the footballing sublime. In November 2020, Maradona passed away at the age of 60 following a heart attack, with millions around the world mourning his death. It's impossible to define the indefinable. To the Argentine population, Diego Maradona is a holy figure, godlike in stature. To neutral observers and lovers of the beautiful game, he's the player we all secretly wish we could have been.